and it, translating to the game. So now that I'm here, it's kind of like a dream come true. During like the draft process, I think that was just in my head the whole time. Me being in the game, my family being able to like play as me on the game. So, like I said,
get out of my comfort zone tonight and not play the Celtics in this tournament. I'm going to start out with the Thunder. If we win the first round, move into the Pacers in the second.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. This game marks the end of the road trip for Oklahoma City. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. Well, they are on top of their game right now, and guys, on top of the league, the best record in both conferences.
Force in the league, and they've lived up to the hype. This team is locked in to be a factor in the playoffs.
I think we all know what they're capable of, but there's a lot of competition this year. They're going to have to be at their best.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Back to Holmgren. And a bring in upcoming talent. Scary to think, isn't it, how good they might actually be.
Young talent means, Kevin, they have to grow. And the way you grow is playing big-time games against other talented players. So what a great opportunity on both sides against quality competition to see exactly where you're at.
Good defense.
The shot by Williams, no good. The drive by Holmgren. And the rejection.
Not going to make it that easy.
And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Pick by Williams. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Yeah, making room for the big guy. I like Holmgren calling for help so he can find his shot.
Outside, Dort. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I need the lock in.
And here is Holmgren. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. From down in the low post, it goes. Holmgren's got his second basket of the game.
Pass.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame. And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
It's deflected. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too.
I'll be looking at Holmgren in the paint a lot tonight.
I agree. David, he is fearless. The Thunder leading by 3. Nice move. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Dort.
I mean, Jalen Williams is a guy who a lot of people are excited about. He has the talent to be a multi-time All-Star and perhaps an even higher ceiling than that.
When you talk about Jalen Williams, Doris, is it fair to say this guy has superstar level potential?
Without a doubt, Kevin. Jalen Williams is a 3-level scorer. He's fearless in the clutch. He has the hunger to keep improving, and he can be a lockdown defender. He's got all the tools to reach the level you're talking about.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Wallace outside. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Thunder trailing by 4. Outside Williams. Wallace right side. And taken away by Wallace. To the inside. The kick out to Williams. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Williams has got 6.
Jalen Williams lethal from deep, folks. You can't allow him to get comfortable.
Holmgren in the corner. "11 seconds left in the first quarter. Can't hit the short-range fadeaway. Taken away by Williams. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're shooting the... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
And like SGA in Game 3.
Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Inside, back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Wiggins. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
To the left side wing. A wide open look here for Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
In the corner, Wallace with it. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiggins. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Thunder trailing by 10. Floats it up for Holmgren. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiggins. The kick out to Williams. Here's Wallace. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Wallace has got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. And he drops in the layup off the glass. That's 10 points for Chet Holmgren.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Puts up a 3. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here we go, one-on-one. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
Dort wide open. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Back to Holmgren. Clock at 6. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Thunder lead by 17. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from three. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Taken away by Williams. Here's Dort. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, Lou Dort off the deck, that powerful frame on the drive. Don't mess with him, boy.
Here's Caruso. Offline with his 3.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. Shot and game clock separated by 5. The Thunder, only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit? And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Pass to Caruso. It's Dort on the wing. Back to Caruso. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agreed, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Here's Williams, and it's in there.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And so it's Oklahoma City enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And if they keep draining the threes like they've been so far, their lead is safe. Back to the action in just a minute.
Locking second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Holmgren.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Nobody near Williams. Off target from outside. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. On the wing, Williams. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Holmgren in the post. Pass to Hartenstein. Thunder with the rebound.
Oh, my Lord, Hartenstein.
17 points was their biggest margin. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. With the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10.
The burst of speed from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Put it on the deck, get to the cup.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Back to Hartenstein. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Latrey hands it from downtown. 9 points in the game so far.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Down by 15. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now here comes Williams leading the break.
That's a big-time finish for Chet Holmgren. Boy, you get him in the restricted area, look out.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
That one goes. Count it. Hartenstein's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Shot's good by Williams.
What confidence by Jalen Williams. Just ready in the catch-and-shoot situation, saying, I'm going to get this off before you can do anything about it.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Holmgren. No good on the triple.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Here's Dort. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Hartenstein. That one, no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Fades. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Kept alive. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams from outside. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Pass to Holmgren for the three. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Hartenstein with it. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's good on the three ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game. Holmgren wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Right side, Williams. Holmgren with the steal. Fires for three. Another miss by Holmgren. Thunder trailing by 19. Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the post. And they pick up 2. Holmgren's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Thunder lead. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Thunder leading by 17. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocks down the three ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Thunder. Here's Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. In the corner, Wallace with it. On the wing, Wallace. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiggins outside. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. 15 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
Pass to Williams. Now Caruso. Takes a three. Wiggins with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And here is Williams. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
The Thunder lead by 20. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Wiggins with some nice D. Now the Thunder with it. Pass to Williams. Back to Caruso.
Getting smoked this round. Registered for the 11 o'clock one now.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner,
First
Caruso.
time playing with the Thunder.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Gilgeous-Alexander cover. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there.
So
just
foul-y.
up in rhythm.
Caruso. And that one, good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Here's Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose.
So talking directly to a player who has you on their team, what is the best way to utilize your skills in the game?
To have the ball in my hands. Just use me the whole game, whether it's offense or defense. I hope they don't got my stamina like too low.
I know, it's going to be...
Anybody got any recommendations for the next tournament? Which team I should use? Thinking either the Celtics or the Pacers.
Here's exactly what's going to happen. So back at home in front of the Indy crowd, Tyrese Halliburton finally has an aggressive start to a game. He hits 2 threes in the first. Pacers are up 1 after. And 2 key trends to watch in the first half. Shea's actually come back. They get 2 and 1s from him. Zyhart has a big game on the glass, and Shea hits a late 3 to put this one away for good. Thunder win by 9 to go up 2. I can't believe this keeps happening.
Next tournament starts in
Make
2
plays with me, you
minutes.
could take it to the rack, jumpers, it don't really matter. Do play the game. I'm really good. I think I can hit shots at least. I might not got like the cheesy dribbles, but I can hit a shot.
Who's your favorite players to go up against in the league right now?
I like playing against Steph or like Chris Paul. Just watching how they play the game and watching Steph run off a billion screens. It kind of just teach you a lesson to really lock in on like film itself. So
You probably grew up watching them, and to play against them is pretty surreal.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's like almost 40.
Yeah. Chris Paul,
And
he live up there, I guess.
And action.
Good work. You earned this, Clint. You'll be seeing me again, though.
Come on, bro. I stay ready.
All right, that's a bet.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's good work. Keep going, Twin.
You too. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Yep.
What's one thing that you want to make sure that you get in the game?
My drip. 24, I got the big shorts, so yeah, hopefully they just get the drip right.
Dang, it's like coming full circle because it's like 2003 draft class, and then we went skinny, we went short shorts, and now we're kind of going back to the baggy shorts.
Facts.
Okay, speaking of drip, you have your first signature shoe with Puma. Congratulations, that's awesome.
I think they were really, really open to my ideas, my family ideas, when it came to designing the shoe. And it was a fun process, you know, just with the colorways, and I was able to really just create and be myself with my sister, China. She helped a lot.
I heard there's a 2K?
Yeah, we got the 2K colorways. Got the little green meter on the bottom. And on the game, it light up. So.
Really?
Yeah, the forum strip light up, so that's hard.
Speaking of youth, you launched your own boys and girls youth programs a couple of years ago. What's it like to see the upcoming talent in those programs?
Yeah, I do have two programs with women's and boys. School Henderson Elite and Team Scoop. Really just right out of my gym in Marietta, Georgia, Next Play 360. Growing up, I always played on my dad's AU team, and I always just played on the AAU circuit. And for me to kind of infiltrate that, it's fun to see how it's growing, just how much of a community center it has turned into, just welcoming a lot of people. Y'all.
Welcome to Wednesday night's NBA action here on 2K Sports. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter.
If you can't match up on the boards, you are not going to win games. That's got to be a big lesson from that game.
Well, the lack of effort they showed on the glass is just unacceptable. And I'm sure the coaching staff will let them know about it.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Out to Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the dunk.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
White on the wing. Here's Holiday. And he makes it on the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Stan, once teams get into the postseason, what kind of changes do we typically see?
Well, Brian, the one thing you see for sure is everybody's rotation will get shorter and the best players' minutes will go up. There's no more experimentation now. It's time to put your best players out there for as many minutes as possible. That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Jam by Antetokounmpo.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Oh, and a dunk by Brown.
My goodness. Brown with the massive throwdown.
Here's Prince. Porzingis grabs the board.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Fires from the wing. Good as the jump shot falls.
Timeout.
Antetokounmpo has got 10 points in the game.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. To the middle. White. Good.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and Coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but Coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And it's Tatum missing. Pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo inside. Oh, and the dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Now here's White. Giving them some good production. Putting up just around 16.5 points a game. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
Sometimes it's just better to give up the rebound instead of fighting through the guy.
Yeah, that's a careless foul. Look, you like that he's being aggressive, but you also have to be disciplined.
And he drives in. Pass to Pritchard. Cornette sets a screen. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
It's blocked. And he gets it back. Second chance effort. Antetokounmpo can't connect. Celtics trail by 6. To the wing on the left. Hauser. Off target with the 3. Pass to Prince. No good on the triple. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown looking around. Back to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Hits the trifecta.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Earning his money on the interior tonight. That's a nice move.
And we've reached the end of... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Last game with 30.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Got the burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie. Boston making a switch here. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Outside Craig. Inside. Here's Hauser. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And Stanley went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Great idea by Lillard, using that experience to run the offense.
Celtics trail by 8. Here's Horford. No good with a layup.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And when you look at the last time they played, I mean, he really missed a lot of free throws, and it cost them.
And Stan, they always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
The Bucks leading by 8. Kicks it out to Jackson. Back to Antetokounmpo. Horford with a steal. Here's Hauser. Again, the miss by the Celtics. A chance here to extend the lead to double digits.
And that would really give them a comfortable cushion.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And you could see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Here's Horford. Nifty move. No good on the layup. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Bucks. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Shot clock at 6. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Three-pointer goes up, three-pointer goes down for White.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Out to Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Changes up. Ooh, Giannis using his length inside.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Well, if Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop, he's not going to make many mistakes.
Milwaukee leading by 9. Here's Antetokounmpo. And they pick up 2. Antetokounmpo has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution. They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
They grab their own miss. The 3 from Prince. Nails it from 3. Prince has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Cornette. Holiday with the ball. Back to Cornette. Three-pointer. Giannis with the rebound. For 3, here's Lillard. Kept alive. Here's Antetokounmpo. Fires the 3. And it's Lillard with the 3. And the Bucks lead by 17.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for Milwaukee. He's been doing damage on the offensive end all night. 28 points in this one. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. it's helped his efficiency. Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
Lillard. Oh, and the jam by Lillard.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
It's stolen by Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. The three. Rebound, Milwaukee.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds.